Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Do you like watches? Of course you do. You're watching this channel. And if you don't like watches and you watch the channel, I really appreciate that. However, if you happen to live in the vicinity of the Washington, D.C. area or the Dallas, Texas area, I got something for you. Islander will be showing its wares at 2 watch shows coming up. We will be doing a total of 5 shows this year. The new one, well, there's 2 new ones, but the first new one is called District Time. It is happening in Washington, D.C., and it is Saturday and Sunday, March 8th and 9th. It is totally free to the public. So what are these watch shows? If you've ever watched any of my wind-up videos that I talk about, it's basically a business-to-consumer event. You'll see a lot of brands there. At District Time, there's over 40 brands. I'll read through some of them in a minute. And these are brands, sometimes you can see them in stores, but most of the time not. So you can get hands-on with the watches. You can meet the people behind the watches, the owner, representatives, whatever, and you can talk on a depth that only watch people can about, whatever it is that strikes you about the brand. And the best part, of course, is that for most of the vendors, Islander included, you can purchase on the spot, wear your watch home that day. So the first one I'm talking about is District Time. So it's free to attend, over 45 vendors. You get hands-on, purchase, meet owners, brands, etc. So let me read for you some of the brands. I'm just gonna go really quickly through them. Lead sponsors are gonna be Christopher Ward and Sal Baltimore. Featured sponsors, Islander. How you doing? And then some of the brands you may or may not know: Bulova, Marathon, let's see, Axia, Baltic. I already said Bulova. Colorado Watch Company, Doxa, E. Stolman. He's down in Maryland. I know Eugene. Formex. You guys know Formex. I sell Formex. Heinrich, Islander. Jack Mason, Laurier. I mentioned Marathon, Notice, Raven, RZE, Ocean Crawler, Stella, Trafford, Sarabomba, Vario, and I mentioned Vortic. I mentioned Colorado Watch Company, so with that typically comes Vortic watches. So those brands will all be there. You can, I said, get hands-on, meet everybody. But of course, if I'm coming in person and you want to meet me and the team, I'm doing my usual deal. Here it is. Pay attention and listen. I'm doing this at both shows that I'm going to talk about. The $50 Islander offer. You come to the show wearing, that is the key thing. You come to the show wearing an Islander. Not a collaboration, not a Seiko you purchased from us, not a bracelet you purchased from us. You're wearing an Islander. Not an Islander Spinnaker collaboration, an Islander. I have to say this many times. Can you tell? I will give you a $50 bill just for wearing your Islander to the show. It is one offer per party, per show. So if you're a whole family, I'm glad that you have 4 Islanders in your family, but I'm only gonna do it once for you guys. Please, don't take all my 50s away. And it's valid for the first 50 attendees per day. And just so you guys know, to date, we have never given away all the 50s in a single day. So that's pretty cool. And if you like the 50, that's great. Pocket it and keep it. However, if you want to give the 50 back to us, special offer, we'll give you $100 off any Islander that you see on the table. Now that is a deal. So this is District Time. Now another show we're doing this year is the Windup Watch Fair in Dallas. As mentioned, we're doing 5 shows this year. So District Time, Dallas Windup, and then in May, I believe, we're doing San Francisco Windup. In July, we'll do Chicago Windup. In October, we'll do New York Windup. So if you live in those cities, don't worry, we're coming to you. But this is new. The Dallas show is brand new, and there are over 40 brands. And that is gonna run on Saturday, March 15th, and Sunday, March 16th. So yes, just 1 week after we get back from DC, we are getting on a plane and we're heading down to the Lone Star State. I'll put links to everything in the description. It is going to be at the Hickory Street Annex. And let me read to you some of the brands that will be participating in the Windup Dallas show. Windup Watch Fair Dallas. Ta-da! Okay, here we go. Oh, and look at that. In celebration of Windup's 10th anniversary, that's crazy. The Windup Watch Show has been around for 10 years. Just a note, I went to the first show as an attendee, just to kind of check it out. It was way down, like, was it like Canal Street area, Soho or whatever. And I remember I walked in, I saw a bunch of watches that I knew, a bunch of brands. I remember a guy, he was selling watches, and it was called Brew, and it was coffee. And I was like, what? Coffee? Whatever you want to call it. It's like, what is this guy doing with watches and coffee? Is he onto something? And just last week or 2 weeks ago, Jonathan of Brew had his own pop-up show in New York City. So, love the man. Awesome. Good for him. So here we go. Some sponsors that are going to be at Windup Dallas. Christopher Ward, Oris, Zodiac, Accutron, Alpina, Bulova, Citizen, Frederick Constant, Fossil. Let's see, Anordain, Brew. Hey, Baltic again. Some of these names I already said. Ferrer, my friends at Formex will be there again. Islander will be there. Jack Mason, Young Hands, our friends at Marathon, Nevada Gretchen, Paulin, Presidius, Seiko, interesting. Stella, Studio Underdog, Richard's coming out. Venezianico, it's the Italian brand, I apologize. Vortic, Zodiac, William Wood, London. So all those brands are going to be there at Windup Dallas. And again, it's the same thing. You can come, get hands-on, meet the people behind the brands, buy the watch, put it on your wrist. And I will be doing my crazy $50 thing at Dallas as well. I think that's it. This has been Mark at Long Island from LongIslandWatch.com. If you like watches, and you live in one of those areas, come by and see us. And if you don't, I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't make the shows, although I will be honest with you, we're doing 5 shows this year, and people are like, oh, are you going to do this other show? And I'm like, 5 shows might be the theoretical limit, because it's a lot. I don't do any of the prepping. Ryan does all the prepping and everything, and he packs everything up. But still, just for the time away, everyone's giving up their time for the shows. It's a lot. For me, it's a big commitment. I've never done district time simply because it's traditionally been the first weekend in March. This is the first time it's not. And I have a family obligation that takes place the first weekend in March of every year. That's the only reason we're going to be at district time this year. If they move it back to the first weekend in March next year, guess what? Won't be there. That's it. Hope to see you there. Bye-bye.